Anita, Assistant Professor of Physics, Department of Science and Humanities, CKCET, Kadalur. Welcome you all. In this lecture, I am going to explain about quantum physics, blackbody radiation. What is quantum physics? We start from a small story. Do you know Schrodinger's cat experiment? It is a thought experiment. Just imagine you place a cat in a closed box with a small piece of radioactive substance. Inside the box there is a Geiger counter, a hammer which is attached with this Geiger counter, and also there is a bottle of poison. Before closing the box, check whether the cat is alive or not. It is very important. It should be alive. After closing the box, we cannot see anything. We don't know what will happen. Some of you may think the cat may alive. Some of you may think the cat may dead. Here there are two possibilities, alive or dead. It depends upon the decay process of radioactive material. Whether the radioactive material is going to decay or it is not going to decay. If the material is going to decay, it triggers the Geiger counter. Geiger counter triggers the hammer releases the poison. The poison kills the cat. If the radioactive material is not going to decay, it will not happen. Why? Because the decay process of radioactive material is an accidental process. It is unpredictable one. We don't know when it will happen. So here we consider all the possibilities. What are the possibilities? The cat may live or the cat may kill. Okay. So here we consider both alive and dead. Alive means 1, dead means zeros. That is machine language. Ones and zeros. So it exists in the state of superposition. What is meant by superposition? Here the superposition of the different possible states give a definite state. How? See, the interaction of radioactive material with the Geiger counter gives one definite state. How? When the radioactive material decays, it triggers the Geiger counter, it triggers the hammer releases the poison kills the cat. So the cat will dead. So it is one definite state. But we don't know when it happened. It is unpredictable one. Yes, this is quantum physics. Edwin Schrödinger, one of the father of quantum mechanics, received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1933 for this explanation, and also he derived the mathematical expression for wave function. Yes? What is quantum physics? Yes, it is one guessing, probability, complex one, unpredictable one, thoughts, assumptions expressed mathematically. It is a personal belief. Totally it describes the imagination. It gives the explanation about smaller particles, subatomic particles. So it is called as microscopic theory. It gives the behavior of subatomic particles, waves, matter and energy. And the same, this quantum physics concept is used in computers, phones, televisions, tabs, MRI, medical scans, etc. Okay? Do you know this? Just you see. This is the world super fast computer. It is the quantum computer. In this quantum computer also the quantum concept, that is the superposition concept, is used. What is the superposition concept? Yes, here the superposition of qubits. Qubits means what is quantum bits. Okay. Already I said zeros and ones. That is dead and alive. Okay. Superposition of these two. Here qubit means two states at once. That is, one qubit means two possible numbers or two different states, two possible states. Here 2 is 4 possible numbers, 3 is 8 and so on. It goes on increasing value. Here also the same principle, the superposition of 0, that is dead, and 1s, that is live. This collapses, interacts, and the object is forced into one state, that is the definite state, but it is unpredictable one. Okay? And this quantum physics is used to understand the microscopic system. So it is very neat. It is used to understand the nature. It is used to understand how things work in the real world. See, this quantum computer gives any calculations within 3 minutes. It solves at very fast. We know concrete is the base for construction. Yes, isn't it? The quantum physics is the base for the understanding of world. So what is the origin of this quantum physics? Yes, black body radiation. It is the origin of quantum physics. So we must study about the black body radiation. So what is black body first? Okay, what is called perfect black body? It is one which absorbs and emits all the radiations that fall on it. And how much radiations emitted by that body is called black body radiation. How we can construct this black body? Just let us consider one hollow sphere with one small hole at one end. Okay? And it is coated with black color at its inner surface only. When the radiations enter the hole, it gets multiple reflections within the hollow sphere. And all the radiations, all the multiple reflections, that is the radiations absorbed by the inner surface. Okay? So we can say this black body acts as a perfect absorber because all the radiations are absorbed. When this black body is placed at one higher temperature, what will happen? All the heat radiations come out only from the hole, not from the other surface, not from the outer surface. So why we can say this? All the radiations come out through the hole only means the black surface, the inner surface, the black surface only emit the radiations. So it acts as a good emitter. So totally we can say a black body is a good absorber as well as good emitter. So how can you say about the radiation emitted by this black body? Okay. So this energy distribution is explained by 4 laws. Okay. So what are the laws? The laws, one is Stefan-Boltzmann's law. The second one is Wion's displacement law. Then Rayleigh-Jean's law. The next one, what is the Planck's law? Okay. Right. First one, what is the Stefan-Boltzmann's law? The Stefan-Boltzmann's law states that the total energy emitted by a black body is directly proportional to the fourth power of the absolute temperature. Okay, it is directly proportional to the fourth power of the absolute temperature. When you change this directly proportional to equal, you take some constant. It is called what is the Stefan constant. It is the sigma. Okay, the sigma is called what is it? Stefan constant. This value is sigma is equal to 5.67 into 10 power minus 8 watt per meter square per Kelvin power 4. Okay. The second one, what is the Wion's displacement law? The Wion's displacement law states that the product of wavelength corresponding to maximum energy and absolute temperature is a constant one. That is the multiplication. The multiplication of this lambda suffix m and t is a constant. The constant is equal to 2.9 into 10 power minus 3 meter Kelvin. This Wion's law also showed that the maximum energy Em is directly proportional to the fifth power of the absolute temperature. Okay. Here see the graph. Here the graph is drawn between the wavelength and intensity. Here this is the lambda maximum. Okay. Here this is the lambda maximum. Here this is the lambda maximum. Here this is the lambda maximum. Okay. So each and every case, when the temperature increases, the wavelength maximum, that is lambda maximum, decreases. So inversely proportional. That is lambda maximum is equal to some constant divided by T. So here lambda is inversely proportional to the temperature. Okay. The next one, what is the Rayleigh-Jean's law? This states that the energy distribution is directly proportional to the absolute temperature and inversely proportional to the fourth power of the wavelength. So here directly proportional, so it is in numerator. Inversely proportional, it is in denominator. When this changes to equal, what will happen? One constant. Here also the constant is 8 pi k. Okay. Here this 8 pi is numerical constant, k is Boltzmann constant. It is equal to 1.380649 into 10 power minus 23 joule per Kelvin. Next, last one, what is the Planck's law? This Planck's law gives the total energy per unit volume or the energy density of a black body. So this is equal to E lambda is equal to 8 pi hc divided by lambda power 5 into e power hc by lambda kBT minus 1. Here also 8 pi constant, then h is the Planck's constant, c is the velocity of light and k is the Boltzmann constant. Okay. Planck's constant already we know 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. Okay. The velocity of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Boltzmann constant already we know. Here T is the temperature. This is Planck's law. Now we are going to see about how we can derive this value. Okay. How we can calculate the total energy per unit volume or the energy density. Okay. Already we know quantum physics means some assumptions, some mathematical expression. Here also same thing. We are going to calculate the energy emitted by a black body per unit volume, that is the energy density. Okay. So to calculate this, we should say some assumptions. What are the assumptions say here? The first one, a black body consists of a large number of tiny oscillators. Oscillators means it will oscillate, so it has frequency. The tiny oscillators means that is the subatomic particles. It is called as electrons. It oscillate means it has frequency. So it has vibration frequency. The vibration frequency of an oscillator is same as the frequency of radiation which is emitted by an oscillator. Okay. This oscillator may absorb or emit energy, because we know a perfect black body is a good absorber as well as good emitter. Here how much energy is radiated? It is E is equal to h nu, where h is the Planck's constant, nu is the frequency. Okay. The oscillator may absorb or emit energy in multiples of quanta. Okay. So here packets of energy. Okay. The packets of energy, that is E equal to h nu. Okay. Right. So these are some assumptions to derive the energy emitted by a black body per unit volume. Now let us consider n be the number of oscillators. This n is the number of oscillators. Here n0, n1, n2, n3 etc. up to nr, these are the number of tiny oscillators. Okay, the number of tiny oscillators. Here the n0 has the energy 0. Okay, n1 has the energy E, n2 has the energy 2E, n3 has the energy 3E, nr has the energy RE. These all are the assumptions. Then how we can derive the formula? Just 5 steps. Okay, note it down, these 5 steps. If you thorough this 5 steps, we can easily derive. Okay. So first step is to find out the total number of oscillators. Okay. Right. The second step is find the total energy. These 2 steps can be derived using the formula Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law. nr is equal to n0 into e power minus re divided by kBT. Okay. Right. So the third step, you find out the value of average energy. Using the formula average energy means what is total energy divided by number of oscillators. Okay. Right. So this is the third step. Then fourth step is find the value of energy density in terms of frequency. Here we use one formula, that is number of oscillators per unit volume is equal to n equal to 8 pi nu square divided by c cube into d nu. Then last step, energy density in terms of wavelength. So these are the 5 steps used here. Okay. So we will see one by one. The first step, what is total number of oscillators? How do you find out? Okay. Here already we know n be the number of oscillators. Okay. Right. See, E suffix T is taken as the total energy of oscillator. Okay. Right. Now the total number of oscillators means the sum of the tiny oscillators. Okay. Right. So n0, n1, n2 are tiny oscillators. So here n is equal to n0 plus n1 plus n2 plus n3 plus etc. up to nr. This is taken as equation number 1. Now using Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law, we find this equation. Okay. What is Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law? NR is equal to N0 e power minus RE divided by KBT. Okay, right? Now, using this formula, you find out the value of N0, N1, N2, N3, etc. Okay, right? Now, you substitute R is equal to 0. If R equal to 0, what will happen? Here R equal to 0. So, N0, here N0 e power R equal to 0 means that is equal to 0. So, N0 e power 0. Now, see here N1. So, R is equal to 1. You substitute here R equal to 1. R equal to 1 means what will happen? See N1 equal to N0 e power minus 1e. 1e is same as e. Okay, right? Divided by KBT. Then R is equal to 2 because N2. So, R equal to 2 means here N2. N2 equal to N0 e power minus 2e divided by KBT. Okay, right? Now, R equal to 3. If R is equal to 3, N3 is equal to N0 e power minus 3e divided by KBT. Now, last one, what is NR? Okay, right? NR means the R equal to R. R equal to R means the same one. What is NR equal to N0 e power minus RE divided by KBT. Now, you know all the values. Okay, right? Now, we substitute in this first equation. Okay, right? So, the first equation, what is the N equal to N1 plus N2 plus N3 plus N etc. up to NR. Okay, right? Now, we substitute here. See, N is equal to first one N0 e power 0 because N0 value is N0 e power 0. Okay, right? The next one, what is N1? N1 means what is here? N1 equal to N0 e power minus e by KBT. So, here what is the N0 e power minus e by KBT, right? Then what is N2? N2 means what is N0 e power minus 2e divided by KBT. So, here you substitute here N0 e power minus 2e divided by KBT. The next what is N3? N3 means here see N0 e power minus 3e divided by KBT. Here the same thing. Plus etc. up to NR. NR means what is N0 e power minus RE divided by KBT. Now you see this equation here. In all the terms N0 is there. See. So here N0 is common. Okay, right? So now N0 is taken outside. Okay, right? And also here, what is the value of e power 0? E power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, right? Now we substitute. So here see N0 is common. E power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, right? E power 0, 1. Then here N0 is taken outside. E power minus e divided by KBT. Here also N0 is taken outside. So, e power minus 2e divided by KBT. Then here N0 is taken outside. So, e power minus 3e divided by KBT. Here also N0 outside. So, here e power minus RE divided by KBT. Okay, right? Now, how can we solve this equation? Okay, right? See, just let us consider x equal to e power minus e by KBT. So, here e power minus e by KBT is taken as x. Okay, right? So, what is the value of x square? See, e power minus 2e divided by KBT. Okay, right? So, this is what e power minus 2e divided by KBT, that is x square. Okay, what is the value of x cube? Here see, e power minus 3e divided by KBT. So, here e power minus 3e divided by KBT. So, to simplify, just you consider this each term. This one is taken as x. Okay, x square, x cube, etc. Okay, right? So, now see here this 1 plus x square plus x cube, etc. This is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus x. This is the formula. Now, you use this formula. Okay, right? So, here the the expansion of this one 1 divided by 1 minus x is this. Okay. So here the same this. Okay, right? So here also we can write this equation as 1 divided by 1 minus x. We know x value, x equal to e power minus e divided by kBt. Okay, right? So total number of oscillators, this n is equal to n0 into 1 divided by 1 minus e power minus e by kBt, because x is this value. Okay, right? E power minus e divided by kBt, it is taken as x. So here 1 divided by 1 minus x. So here x, you substitute the value of x. Okay, right? So using the Boltzmann distribution formula, we can find the total number of oscillators. So the first step is over. Okay. Now what is the second step? The second step is to find the total energy. So first you write what is the value of a total energy. How do you find out the total energy? Already we know N0 tiny oscillator has the energy 0. N1 tiny oscillator has the energy E. Okay, right? So you multiply this. Okay. So 0 into N0 plus E into N1 plus 2E into N2, because N2 tiny oscillator, N2 has energy 2E. Okay, right? Here N3 has energy 3E. Here also see NR has energy RE. Okay, right? See? So here now you substitute it here. Okay, right? We know this N0, N1, N2, N3 and also what is NR. We know the values. Now you substitute it in this equation to find the value of total energy. Okay, right? Now see, ET, that is E suffix T, total energy is equal to first one 0. Okay, so here 0. Then N0. What is the value of N0? N0 e power 0. So here N0 e power 0. Then plus E. So here first one E. Then N1. What is the value of N1? N0 e power minus E divided by kBt. Okay, right? So N0 e power minus E divided by kBt. Okay, right? Now see, then 2E. So 2E into N2. N2 means what is there? N0 e power minus 2E divided by kBt. So here see, N0 e power minus 2E divided by kBt plus 3E. 3E into here N3. N0 e power minus 3E divided by kBt plus etc. up to RE. RE into what is the value of NR? Already we know NR equal to N0 e power minus RE divided by kBt. Right? Okay. Now you substitute all those things. Now see, here also N0 common in all the terms. Okay. So you take outside. Okay. N0 is taken outside. So what you will get? Et equal to N0 into here 0 e power 0. 0 e power 0 means e power 0 is equal to 1. Already we know 0 into e power 0 means that is 0. Okay, right? So this is 0. The next E into E. Here N0 is taken outside. So E power minus E divided by kBt. Here also N0 taken outside. So 2E e power minus 2E by kBt. Here also N0 taken outside. So 3E into e power minus 3E divided by kBt. Here RE into e power minus RE by kBt. Now here next one, see, e power minus E by kBt. This term is also common in each. Okay, right? So here now e power minus E by kBt is also taken outside. Okay. Now if you take an outside means, see here 0. This e power minus E by kBt taken outside means there is no any other thing. So you put 1. Then next here e power minus e by kBt is taken outside. Okay, right? So here there are two terms, that is square. This can be written as e power minus e by kBt the whole square. So here two terms are there, just you take one term outside. So e power minus e by kBt, one term is taken outside, means the remaining one more term is there, that is e power minus e by kBt. Okay, right? Now next see, here also e is taken outside, so the remaining 3, then e power, here also e power minus e divided by kBt the whole cube. Okay, right? So here one term is taken outside, means that we have two terms. So here e power minus 2e divided by kBt, right? Here also one term is taken outside, that is one term is taken outside, r. Okay, so it becomes what is the r minus 1. So here e power minus r minus 1 e divided by kBt, right? See this. So here 2, here 1, here 3, here 2, here r minus 1. Okay, just here one number reduces by 1 here. Okay, right? Now how we can solve this equation? Okay, to solve this equation, let us consider x equal to e power minus e by kBt. X equal to e power minus e by kBt means, now see, we can write this equation as 1, that is first one 0, here this term will come, here 1 plus 2, here e power minus e divided by kBt means what is x. So 2x plus 3x square, here 2, here 3, here 2, so 3x square, then 4x cube, etc. or x power r minus 1. So this equation is in the form of this equation. Okay, right? So the short form of this one is what is 1 divided by 1 minus x the whole square. So we can write this equation, this one, okay, this equation as 1 divided by 1 minus x the whole square. Here x is equal to what is e power minus e divided by kBt. Okay, so we can write this as, see, et is equal to this one, already we know this, we can ask common one. So n0 e power minus e by kBt into this part is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus x the whole square. So here 1 divided by 1 minus e power minus e by kBt the whole square, because this is x1. Okay, see, e power minus e by kBt is x. Now see, this is the total energy. Okay, right? So using the Maxwell's formula, we can find the value of total energy. Now we know the total number of oscillators and also the total energy. Okay, right? So what is the third step? The third step is you find out the value of the average energy. Okay, how do you find out the average energy? The average energy is equal to what is the total energy divided by the total number of oscillators. Okay, first you write the two equations. Total number of oscillators is n is equal to n0 into 1 divided by 1 minus e power minus e divided by kBt. Okay, right? The next one, what is total energy, is n0 e power minus e by kBt into 1 divided by 1 minus e power minus e by kBt the whole square. Okay, already derived these two equations. Now we find out the average energy using these two equations. That is, what is a E total divided by the number of oscillators. Okay, right? Now see, now you substitute here. This average energy is equal to E total. What is the value of E total? Here, this equation number 4. You substitute here n0 e power minus e by kBt, then 1e. Okay, right? Into 1 divided by 1 minus e power minus e divided by kBt the whole square. The whole divided by what is n, that is total number of oscillators. This n is equal to n0 divided by 1 minus e power minus e by kBt. That is the equation number 2. Okay, right? Now see the next one. How do you solve this part? Okay, right? See here the first numerator thing. So write the numerator as same, then multiplied by the denominator. The denominator means that is the reciprocal of the denominator. Okay, right? The reciprocal of the denominator means 1 minus e power minus e divided by kBt divided by n0. Okay, right? So here there is one n0. Here also there is one n0. We can cancel out. Okay. And also here see 1 minus e power minus e by kBt, one term. Here there are two terms. Okay. So one term cancelled. Okay. So this one term, this one term cancelled. So remaining only one term. Okay, right? So to write the next step, what is, say, E average is equal to e power minus e by kBt divided by this term, what is 1 minus e power minus e divided by kBt. Now to take this part, the numerator, see e power minus e by kBt. Okay, this part is taken here. Okay, when it is taken here, what will happen? E divided by 1 minus e power minus e divided by kBt, the whole divided by e power minus e by kBt. Now you see the denominator, just you separate these two parts. So 1 divided by e power minus e divided by kBt, and also e power minus e by kBt divided by e power minus e by kBt. So this gives what is 1. That is, these two terms are equal, the same terms, so cancelled each other. So you will get 1. But here the first part 1 divided by e power minus e by kBt. Now when it goes on here, what will happen? This minus becomes plus. Okay, right? So here the next one. So we will get the average energy average is equal to E divided by e power E divided by kBt. Okay, here the it will positive. Okay, right? So next one, the next step is what is that? So just you substitute E is equal to h nu. Okay, right? E is equal to h nu. We know each photon has energy h nu. Now you substitute in this equation. So E average is equal to E h nu, that is divided by e power, here also E h nu divided by kBt minus 1. Okay, right? So the next step, what is the next step? To find out the energy density in terms of frequency. Okay, so use this formula. Energy density in terms of frequency is equal to average energy of an oscillator into number of oscillators per unit volume. Here the average energy of an oscillator already we found. Okay, right? The number of oscillators per unit volume, there is a formula here. See, this one is, that is 8 pi nu square divided by c cube into d nu. Now you substitute in this equation, we will get like this. Now see here this nu square, okay, combined together multiplied by both here. So it will, what is nu cube, then here 8 pi h nu cube divided by here the c cube, okay, c cube e power h nu by kBt minus 1. So this is what is the energy density in terms of frequency. Okay, the next step, what is the energy density in terms of wavelength. To determine the value of energy density in terms of wavelength, we use this equation. Say you know this relation, the relation between the frequency and wavelength, that is nu is equal to c by lambda. Okay, first you differentiate this equation. See d nu, okay, differentiation of this d nu is equal to here minus c by lambda square. How? Here c is the constant, 1 by lambda. 1 by lambda means what is minus 1 by lambda square into d lambda. This is the differentiation. Okay, right? Now you take the numerical value. Okay, you don't consider this sign. Okay, positive or negative. Okay, modulus value. So here what is the C by lambda square into d lambda. Okay. Now we substitute in this. Say E nu d nu, that is in terms of frequency. In terms of frequency, 8 pi nu square divided by C cube into d nu into h nu divided by e power h nu by kBt minus 1. Okay, right? Now you substitute in the place of nu. Okay, here C by lambda d nu, C by lambda square into d lambda. Okay, right? Now see, so here nu is replaced by lambda, that is in terms of lambda. Here d nu is replaced by d lambda because in terms of lambda. Okay, right? Here 8 pi, the same 8 pi. Here nu is equal to what is the C by lambda. Here see, nu square and 1 nu. These two combined here, nu cube. Nu equal to C by lambda. So nu cube means C cube divided by lambda cube. Okay, right? Then here one C cube. So the same C cube. Then d nu. What is the value of d nu? D nu is C by lambda square into d lambda. Okay, so d nu, instead of d nu you write what is C divided by lambda square, okay, into d lambda. Then remaining here, so 1 divided by e power h. Here also this nu is replaced by what is C by lambda. Here also nu is replaced by C by lambda. Okay, right? E equal to e power h C by lambda kBt minus 1. Okay. Now here we can write this as 8 pi. Okay. Here 8, then pi, here 1 h, the remaining 1 c. So 8 pi hc divided by here lambda power 3, then lambda power 2. Okay. These two are combined together. So here lambda power 5. Then this part e power hc divided by lambda kBt minus 1. Okay. So this is the energy density in terms of wavelength. Okay. So this equation gives the energy of the radiation emitted by a black body per unit volume. Okay, right? So the quantum physics, so the mathematical derivation, it is very important. Okay, right? So we can assume something. Using the assumptions, we can derive this formula. Okay, right? Okay. See here, so in this topic, some questions, the possibility questions. First one, so what is meant by black body radiation? Using quantum theory, derive an expression for the average energy emitted by a black body and arrive at Planck's law. Okay, right? Or maybe ask us what are the basic postulates of quantum theory of light. Basic postulates means that is the assumptions. Okay, right? So derive Planck's law of radiation. Okay, maybe ask in any way. Okay, I hope you understand everything. Okay, right? So thanks for patient watching. Thank you.